My name's Leslie.
I'm Alan.
My name's Rosalind.
Hi, I'm Farah.
My name's Gary.
Trauma-informed, it's about the impact of trauma on people's lives and how they respond to it.
I think it's all about empathy. Others having empathy with those who have been affected by trauma in their lives at any point.
Trauma-informed, to me, just means being aware that different things can affect different people. Just the most simplest of things can do it.
To sort of understand things from others' perspective who may have experienced traumatic events. I suppose the term walking in another's shoes puts it fairly well, I would say.
Trauma-informed has that huge element of inclusivity. It gives us a voice.
So with the help of the Baring Foundation, we've been asking ourselves the question, what does a trauma-informed gallery look, feel and behave like?
We have worked with Back on Track, a charity in Manchester, working with 8 adults with lived experience of trauma and to ask their input on this question.
And more we're working with vulnerable people. We're delivering health and wellbeing programs, and the chances of people being in our studios and in our gallery spaces who have experienced trauma is increasingly likely. So it's important for us as a sector, it's important for us as different museums and galleries to understand what trauma-informed practice means for us in a museum context.
Each session was based on a different trauma-informed principle: safety, trust, choice, collaboration, cultural consideration, and empowerment. So each week we looked at a different theme, and we had a discussion at the beginning of the session around what that word meant. And then we'd look at an artwork based on the theme to provoke conversations around that and a wider understanding of it. And then we'd go back to the studio and create some artwork while discussing further the idea around that theme within the gallery and museum context.
Something that came across really strongly in the conversations with the group was this idea of feeling able to experience challenging works or subjects as long as the general feeling of safety in the museum and gallery was there.
If I didn't feel safe, I just wouldn't come.
I think it's been knowing that no harm's going to come to her.
Safety is more than tangible objects, somewhat. It's a hidden culture.
I don't necessarily feel as though I personally need to feel protected or need to feel more safe, because from my perspective, it's important to challenge oneself.
All the negative emotions with an artwork, the staff are there to help you out.
The staff being friendly. I think when you get the people what come into the art gallery need to be friendly.
The first thing I would say is a smile on the face. That speaks to me 1,000 words. After that important journey for all of us on the project, I think there is, for me, an element of hope.
Their thoughts were that that's okay, we kind of expect that in an art gallery, and I thought that was important for us to listen to, because what we don't want to do is censor work.
I think it's important for the art gallery to show challenging work so people can learn from people's experiences about what they've been through, and people could discuss it and talk about it.
To me, an art gallery to show the challenging work is an everyday aspect of life, good and bad.
It's not always easy to source and display challenging work. However, that conversation needs to be had.
The group were very adamant that these challenging objects are there to be displayed, to be experienced, and so that we can learn about the past, so that things are better in the future.
is very important, and even for me personally, that artists have that expression and people can appreciate in different ways. They may talk about something, they may not. It doesn't matter. We are who we are. To me, art is very therapeutic. There's no right or wrong. I think it's very valuable to us.
All history with art has to be remembered, the positives and the negatives. That's the point in art, in my eyes. It's supposed to provoke different ideas that you don't tend to expose yourself to.